Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to review a very unique air rifle from Ignite called the Black Ops Sniper. It's a .177 caliber break barrel pellet rifle rated at 1,000 feet per second with lead pellets. This is probably the most unique air rifle I have seen to come along in a long time. The manufacturer says it weighs 10.6 pounds, which I think it does come close to that with the bipods mounted. 45.5 inches long. That would be with the adjustable butt pad adjusted all the way out. With that drawn in, it's 44 inches. Has an 18-inch barrel. It comes with a very large muzzle brake. That makes it very easy to cock. It has a rifled steel barrel. The stock is pretty much all composite. It does have metal weaver rails on the side for using your bipod. It has a 7-inch weaver mount on top. It has a false magazine, which the bottom does come out for storing your hex keys for adjusting your cheek rest and your butt pad. There's your release tab right there, and then it just slides and drops out. It has a very thick grip. It's very comfortable. Trigger is a little bit long and stiff, but usable. It has a standard 4x32 millimeter scope, which I found to be quite adequate at 20 yards. I got a clear sight objective, clear reticle. It works just fine, and it's got a lot of very nice features. First of all, it has the adjustable cheek piece. There are 2 screws on the other side of the stock for loosening to raise and lower. It has an extendable butt pad for better shoulder length, and also the butt pad adjusts up or down to fit your liking as far as how far up you want the rifle on your shoulder. I found that a very nice feature when target shooting. There's your screws for adjusting your cheek rest, and you have 1 screw on the top and 1 screw on the bottom for the extendable cheek pad, and then you have 2 screws back here for raising and lowering the butt pad. It's got a bolt that is just for show, and a fake ejector port, which is kind of a nice touch, and the Black Ops logo, one on this side and one on the muzzle brake. And you can see it's got an adjustable bipod. You just pull down and then turn back, kicks out of the way. You twist these to loosen, and these extend out a couple more inches so you can raise it a couple more inches. And it's really a very unique looking rifle. It is rather beefy. It's got, as you can see, it's got kind of a wide stock on it, and it's got a pretty wide, hefty pistol grip on it. And you know, somebody with a big hand will really enjoy this gun. So Ignite is best known for their airsoft products, but they have ventured into the BB and pellet gun with their 357 assault pistol and this gun here, and they've done a lot right with it. You know, with the magazine storage for storing your keys for adjusting your cheek piece, and all the adjustments on the cheek rest and the stock and the butt pad, the adjustable bipod. It makes it a little wide, but it's very easy to cock and shoot. Another thing that they did right was the owner's manual. This owner's manual is absolutely great for a lot of people that are not that up to speed with their guns. It gives you all the specifications for the gun here, and it diagrams pretty much everything in here. And it even gives you a diagram of what the inner workings are. It gives you cleaning tips. It gives you diagnostics for cleaning and lubrication and troubleshooting. And they've really done an awful lot right with it. This is probably the best owner's manual I have seen for any air gun in a long time. The only thing it didn't cover is trigger adjustment. Well, I suppose everybody's interested more in the power numbers, so I've already run everything but the RWS Hobby 7-grain pellets, so let's do those and then we'll take a look at the rest of the numbers. A low of 993.8, a high of 1022, average of 1007, extreme spread 28.19, standard deviation 11 feet per second. So it does beat the 1000 foot per second manufacturer's claim. Well, the rifle definitely has the power to exceed the 1000 feet per second. I did find that with this rifle quite often I had to use a pellet set. The breech is a little bit tight, and for especially the Crosman Premier Hollow Point 7.9s and a few others, I did use the pellet set to try and get things even. The most consistent pellet over the Chronograph was the Crosman Premier Hollow Point 7.9 grain. It had a low of 944.9 feet per second, a high of 948.8 feet per second, an average of 947.3 feet per second. The extreme spread was just 3.85 feet per second, standard deviation 1.41. Those pellets generated 15.75 foot-pounds muzzle energy. Most powerful pellet was the H&N Barracuda 10.65 grain pellet. That had a low of 820.5 feet per second, a high of 839.0 feet per second, an average of 830.6 feet per second, extreme spread of 18.49 feet per second, standard deviation was 7.21. Those pellets gave us 16.32 foot-pounds muzzle energy, which is not bad. Some of the more consistent pellets did not do good on muzzle energy. The RWS Superdome 8.3 only averaged 882.5 feet per second, and that generated 14.36 foot-pounds muzzle energy. The JSB Heavy 10.34 grains also only averaged 806.4 feet per second. With an 11.48 foot per second extreme spread, they only generated 14.93 foot-pounds of muzzle energy. Most of the pellets gave us 15 3/4 foot-pounds of muzzle energy. The two best pellets were the H&N Barracudas and also the JSB Match Diablo Exact 8.44 grain, and they generated 16.19 foot-pounds of muzzle energy. The pellet used in the accuracy test, I used the Crosman Premier Hollow Points. I figured they would do good with the tight extreme spread, but they were not quite as accurate as the H&N Barracuda 10.65. So why don't we take a look at the accuracy test. Okay, before we do the accuracy test, I want to show you a little something about cocking this rifle. Just put it in your groin. You got to grab the rifle right in front of the magazine, because the cocking arm actually comes down, and if you grab by the forearm, it's gonna spread your hand. So just slap the rifle, bring down, and then come back. You can see how the cocking arm comes out, so if you're grabbing right here, it's going to spread your hand. And then just Your safety's right here. Just press forward. That's automatic. And right. Well, for pretty much right out of the box, you know, only about 40 shots at a target, shooting from the included bipod, that is not too shabby. Okay. I will have to say that out of the box, this was one of the more accurate rifles. I was very pleased. The first thing I did when I got it was I cleaned the barrel, and then I shot a Crosman heavy 10.5 grain at the backstop. And then I chronied 5 of them, and the first shot and the last shot were identical feet per second, and so there was no garbage in the chamber that had to be blowed out. There was no dieseling or anything. So I was able to get straight to the chronograph testing, and the very first pellet I did was the Crosman Premier Hollow Point 7.9, and as you saw, it only had a 3.85 foot extreme spread, so it did quite well. And I was pretty certain that it was going to do good target shooting right out of the box, which it did. I was quite pleased with it. It's not overpowering. You're not going to go after raccoons or foxes with it, but there is more than enough power for rabbits and squirrels and crows and a few other of the small tough-hided critters out there. It's really fun to shoot from the bench using the bipod. You know, the stock is so adjustable. I just thoroughly enjoyed it. The gun, I have only found it selling at Walmart for $148. And for all the features you get on this rifle, it is well worth $148. I was very pleased with it. I think I got the only one in town. I'm not sure that they have any more on stock. I'm going to check with Ignite and find out when they're going to have them back in circulation and who's going to be selling them. They give you plenty of contact information in the owner's manual as far as, you know, when they're going to have them. And so I think at the end of this video, I will put Ignite's phone number up there, so if anybody is interested, they can call and find out when and where they're going to be available. But overall, for $148, you get not a great scope, but it was definitely usable at 20 yards. Probably not the best mounts, but you know, with that 7-inch Weaver rail and all the adjustments on the stock, this gun can conform to just about anybody. It is a little bit heavy, but with the bipod, you know, for bench shooting, it's great. I don't think a teen is going to want to go out in the woods with it. It is a little bit heavy for that. It feels like it's got around 30 pounds of cocking effort. I did not measure that, but you know, it's plenty easy to cock, and the breech is tight in there. You know, it's a little stiff going down, stiff coming back up. No worries about a loose bolt there or anything. It's just overall the quality, you know, the composite stock seems to be well made and sturdy. The rifle really has a really good feel to it, and it's just overall fun to shoot. Not to mention the fact that you're looking like the coolest dude out there with this bad boy. Yeah, I'm guessing that they're going to be back in stock again. Like I said, the only place I found it so far is at Walmart. So everybody keep your eyes peeled, and if you want to get them out there, get a hold of your regular airgun retailer and tell them you want to see these in stock. They're a lot of fun to shoot, really cool looking, and like I say, for the money, you get what you pay for. This rifle is definitely worth $148. That's my review of the Ignite Black Ops Sniper 177 caliber break barrel air rifle. Thank you for watching.